Hi, welcome back to another Crypto Day video. It's Monday morning, and as usual I'm doing my staking and Masternodes update video. This is the fourth update video that I've been doing, and before I start, apologies for my slightly croaky voice. I've been a bit under the weather and I've been losing my voice a little bit, so I will try and get through this video as best I can. Anyway, before we jump over and have a look at the results for the last week, I want to run through the coins. So in last week's video, I threw out these coins, so ARK, Decred, DeepOnion, Linda, and Reddcoin, and I said that I was going to have a look at them this week with a view to adding one to the portfolio. And I have added one to the portfolio now, but what I wanted to start was just by sort of like running through the kind of coins. And this isn't going to be an in-depth sort of analysis of each of the kind of coins. I really want to just talk more through what I was kind of looking for and what I was kind of thinking when I chose one. So I will put the links to the websites in the description below. Here's the websites here. So we've got ARK, Decred, DeepOnion, Linda, and Reddcoin. And let me just start by sort of talking through kind of what I look for in a staking coin. So if we look back to last week's results, we can see here, these are the coins I have currently. So there's 6 coins here: NavCoin, Syndicate, Neutron, Neo, which stakes gas, BeanCash, and SmartCash. And there's a real kind of mixture of coins here. So the one in, we've got things like Neo. Now, I really believe in the Neo project. I think it's a fantastic project. Again, as always, this is not financial advice. I'm not encouraging you to buy any of these coins or not buy any of these coins. But I think Neo is a really good project. I think it's got a lot of upside kind of potential. And the fact that it stakes is just a kind of bonus. So Neo is a coin that I've been looking to get into for quite a while. I own some Neo now, just 100 of them. But it's a coin I kind of believe in the long-term future. So with a coin like Neo, it's nice that you're earning a bit of gas. It's nice that you're staking a kind of bit of gas. And if you're looking at maybe, 2 or 3 coins that you're trying to get into, you might jump into kind of Neo first because you will start kind of earning some gas rather than something that doesn't stake. But really, I see the long-term kind of potential with Neo as the actual kind of price. So the staking is a kind of bonus, but it's really kind of like, I'm looking at kind of Neo as a long-term investment. And it's the same with NavCoin. I think NavCoin is, whilst not on the same kind of level as kind of Neo, I think it's a really undervalued project. I think it's a good project. I think it's got a good development team. I think the new Valence network and the white paper that's kind of come out is really interesting. So I think NavCoin is quite underpriced at the kind of moment. So that's why I kind of hold NavCoin. It stakes around 5%, similar to Neo, similar to other things like kind of Pivx, which means you're not going to get inflation kind of issues with that you do with some of the the really high staking coins. So the fact it stakes is a bonus, but it's not the whole reason for holding the coin. And then at the other end of the scale, you've got stuff like Syndicate, Neutron, BeanCash, which are for me, pure staking coins. So although they technically have other kind of uses, so Syndicate talks about business management, Neutron always talks about education. For me, they are purely kind of staking or kind of masternode kind of coins. So that's their value, and trying to get that balance right between having enough of a kind of staking reward or enough of a masternode reward to get people interested in the project, but not having such a big reward as to that it causing too much kind of inflation. So there are some hyperinflation coins. I'm thinking of things like kind of 808, which stakes a huge amount. But the trouble with that is that the coin cannot maintain its price. And I think what we've seen is that something like kind of Syndicate has, I think it's in quite a kind of like a nice kind of like Goldilocks zone almost. That it's staked really well over the last few months. I think BeanCash is the kind of same kind of thing, but it doesn't stake so much as to kind of impact the kind of price. So with these kind of coins, I'm looking at building up the kind of the amount of coins. When I get to a set amount, an arbitrary amount, then my kind of like my sort of plan, my kind of tactic for these kind of coins is that take all the extra coins that have been staked each month and then sell them off for other kind of more long-term coins. So maybe that's kind of putting money into Neo, or indeed kind of coins which aren't even staking. So I think SmartCash is somewhere in between that. I think it's more towards the kind of Syndicate, Neutron kind of BeanCash side, but I think they've got some quite interesting ideas. I think they're doing some really good stuff with David Hay down in Venezuela, along with some other projects like kind of Digibyte and Dash. So I applaud them for that. They've got quite a nice governance model, and there's 2 ways of earning with SmartCash. So I've set up a masternode, what they term a smart node. So that pays out, but also just holding more than 1,000 coins in a particular address and not sending any coins from that particular address in a month earns you rewards as well. So you get these smart rewards. So I think this month it's going to be about 2%, something like that. So it's around that kind of level, but just by holding it in a wallet, you gain it. So it has that kind of cold staking kind of sort of neo type kind of element to it with kind of SmartCash, where you don't need the wallet open for staking. You just they'll come in, when you open the wallet after I think it's the 25th of each month, they pay out their smart rewards. And if you've held more than 1,000 in a particular address for over a month, then you will be eligible for the next month's smart rewards, provided you don't send any coins from that address. So that's a nice bit. And then on top of that, you've got the obviously the Masternode side of things, which should be earning, I think, roughly every 9 to 12 days. But that's kind of my thought through my current coins. And then when I went through these coins, I really like ARK. I think ARK is a really good project. I think it's got really good long-term potential, and it's certainly something that I'm interested in picking up. I didn't pick it up this time, but it's certainly a coin that I'm interested in picking up. It uses a delegated proof of stake. So again, you don't need to have a wallet that's open all the time. And that's similar to kind of Decred as well. So Decred, it uses a delegated proof of stake. They use a staking pools system as well, which is quite nice. If you don't own a huge amount of coins, so you can stake with an open wallet, but you can also delegate your coins to a staking pool. You don't have to transfer the coins over, so you still maintain ownership, but you're delegating basically the kind of the staking kind of rights over to a pool, and then gaining a proportion of the staking rewards in return. And I think Decred has a really nice I think it's a really good project. A lot of people will have come across this, and I did for the first time, mining Ethereum. So it was one of the two coins that was often dual mined. So with Claymore's dual miner, people often mined Ethereum and either Decred or Syndicate. Obviously Syndicate now has ASICs, but Decred is a nice project. I spoke to the guys at London Block Exchange about this. I'm hopefully going to do a video, but it's another nice project that I'm looking to pick up. Now both of these earn around 10% staking rewards a year, delegated staking rewards a year, so they stake pretty well. Now, running over to DeepOnion, just run through that. The reason I looked at this was basically because my last couple of videos have been inundated with, I suppose, in some ways, sort of spam posts from the DeepOnion community or promotional posts asking me to have a look at it. It's okay. I'm not dismissing the project. I'm not saying it's something I kind of dislike. They're privacy kind of focused. Their big thing is Tor. They're using Tor. If we jump over to the website. It's quite a nice kind of website. They've got wallets for all the different platforms, but their big sort of selling point is a privacy coin. Now, the trouble with that is that there are many privacy coins out there. There's some really good ones. You've got Monero, you've got, if you like the idea of kind of Masternodes and stuff like that, you've got Dash, you've got Pivx, you've got Zcash. So there's lots of different competing privacy coins. I don't think that DeepOnion can ever really kind of compete with those kind of really big players. So that for me then puts it back into the realm of, it's purely just, from my point of view, and I'm not dissing the project, but from my point of view, it's purely a staking or kind of Masternode kind of coin. And the trouble with this is that they've had this airdrop, which I think has been really interesting, but unfortunately it's now finished. So you're looking purely at kind of staking rewards. So first year 10%, down to 5% second year, and then I think it's 1% for the subsequent years. Now I believe they're about 6 months into the first year already. So the reason I didn't go with this kind of coin, I just don't think the staking returns are high enough to justify it. It's at the kind of level of, in terms of staking rewards, it's within that kind of Pivx, Nav, kind of Neo, ARK, Decred, and I think those projects all have a lot more upside than DeepOnion. I think in order to get me kind of interested in something like this, the staking rewards would have had to be higher. Or if I jumped on earlier and they were still doing the airdrops, it's something that I might well have picked some up to see how the whole airdrop situation works. It's not something I've received a few, apart from stuff like Amise Go, which is airdropped onto Ethereum's network. It's not something I've ever been involved in, these kind of ongoing airdrop kind of coins. So anyway, that was the reason I didn't go with DeepOnion. And then the other two coins are purely staking and kind of Masternode coins. So Reddcoin has been around for quite a while. It's on Alpha Crypto's staking experiment, which is a really good channel. If you're interested in staking coins, I would recommend signing up to that and looking at the weekly updates. So Reddcoin is purely a staking coin from my point of view. And again, I don't think it's got a huge amount of kind of upside. It doesn't offer anything really. I think a lot of the other kind of staking coins don't offer. So it's purely staking rewards. It's been around for a while. It stakes regularly and successfully. I think it's quite a stable kind of network, but I don't see a huge amount of upside. Which left me with Linda. So Linda was a coin I looked at a few months ago, and when I first started getting into kind of staking, I was looking to pick up stuff, and I actually picked up Neutron instead of kind of Linda at the time, because I wanted a coin that I could stake and work towards having a masternode. Now at the time, the Linda coin required 30 million coins for a masternode, and I just thought it was quite expensive at the kind of time to get to that kind of level. I thought, well, it's not something that I'm going to probably kind of like look to kind of pick up. Now since then, the amount for a masternode has dropped to 2 million coins, which is really good. There's different ways of setting up a masternode. You can use it with a hot wallet, you can run it on Windows, you can run the classic kind of VPS on an external kind of machine and use your wallet to kind of interface with it. So that was quite interesting. So this is what I ended up picking up. Now this is no disrespect to kind of Arc and Decode. I think these are both better projects in the long term than kind of Linda. But from this sort of staking and kind of masternodes kind of update, I'm looking for stuff that stakes regularly and reliably, that will give me kind of coins that I can then take and do other things. I don't think the staking amount, so the masternode, I believe it's about 100% return. So it's around that kind of level where you're starting to be worried that, you know, it's going to, there's too much inflation in terms of the kind of coins, and it will affect price. So we'll have to see. It's not, a safe bet like buying kind of Neo or anything like that, but it's I think it's quite an interesting coin, and the ability to buy some coins, stake them, and then only needing 2 million for a masternode was quite appealing to me. So this is what I've gone for. I've bought a few kind of coins this week. I've set them up staking. I bought them about 4 days ago. I haven't received my first stake yet, but that was my thinking behind it. So as I said, my kind of portfolio, staking masternode portfolio, I think it will kind of continue this way, where I'll have a number of sort of safe long-term kind of coins that I believe in the kind of projects that are, making a small amount of percentage kind of gains in terms of staking, and then some more aggressive ones. I don't want to go for these hyperinflation kind of coins, which I think are just kind of like worthless really. But stuff that can sit there in the long term, like kind of Syndicate and kind of Linda and Neutron and things like that, SmartCash maybe. I like the idea of that, earning a decent kind of return and then taking that and putting it into other projects. So anyway, Linda was the one I picked up on. Let's have a look at last week's staking returns. And here we are. So there's 6 coins now, or 7 coins now. Let me just adjust that. So now I've got 7 coins. So NavCoin, I staked 2.6 coins. That's $3.69. In total, I've got 7,229, which is just over $10,000 worth. Syndicate, I staked 250 coins this week. That's $153. Now, last week we staked a huge amount of Syndicate. The network was under attack and was running incredibly fast. So instead of a sort of 1 minute block time, they were having, maybe a sort of couple of second kind of block time. So the staking rewards were, out of this world for a little bit. And there was still 1 or 2 days at the end of the week where I picked up quite a lot of kind of coins on the basis of that. Now the attack is now under control. We're waiting for the 8th of May when the coin swap will happen, but the price has been doing really well with that. And despite that, we've still staked 250 coins, so $153.02. And in total, I now have 11,524 Syndicate, which is worth just over $7,000. Neutron had a really good week staking. I received 3 stakes, I think, one day, and then another 2 or 3 stakes. So it's been a really good staking week. Only $6.57. The price has really suffered with Neutron. It hasn't picked up like some of the other coins have with this sort of like the uptick in the market. So in total, I've got 3,197 coins worth $450. I will let it sit there and tick over, but it's not something I'm going to be probably buying more coins for at the moment. Now, Neo Gas, this is the next one to have a look at. Now, I don't know how much gas I earned this week, because if I just open up the wallet here, you will see that I use the Neon wallet with the Ledger Nano S, and the claim gas is greyed out. So the amount of gas I earned over the last week is not showing up, and you can't actually kind of claim it. So there seems to be an issue. I was looking on the Reddit, a few people had seen the same issue. So hopefully that will be sorted out in the next kind of week or so. But unfortunately, we don't know, or I don't know how much gas I earned this week. I imagine it will be similar to the previous week. But I've got 100 NEO, that's $9,107. NEO's went up about 20% in the last kind of couple of days, so it's really increasing back to around that $100 mark, where which is where I kind of bought NEO. So the price is doing quite well, but unfortunately we don't know how much gas we earned this week. Hopefully next week we will do. BeanCash, I received one stake, 1,000 coins, which is $10.72. In total, I own 145,890 BeanCash, and that's worth just over $1,500. Now, SmartCash, I've set up my Masternode. Now, when you set up a Masternode initially, it takes around 20 days to get your first return. I'm about 5 or 6 days out of that, so there's a chance, fingers crossed, we might receive our first Masternode return before next week's video. Let's keep our fingers crossed. If not, no doubt it'll be the week after that. And then after that initial period of around 20 days, it's around every 9 to 12 days. And as I mentioned before, every month on the 25th of the month, if you're holding coins in a particular wallet, you receive that smart rewards as well. So no coins or revenue this week. In total, I still own 10,033 coins, which is worth $1,415. And then lastly, Litecoin. So I've been staking for, I think it's about 4 days, 4 maybe 5 days. I own 384,174 coins, which is worth about $650. And I haven't staked yet, so it hasn't staked yet. It's predicting every sort of 3 days or something, so hopefully something should come in the next day or two. But anyway, overall this week, $184.60. As I say, there will be a little bit more with the Neo gas, but I'm not sure what that will actually be. So I'll add the Neo gas, the gas rewards when it comes in, hopefully next week's video. But anyway, that's it for this week. Syndicate's been good, but the attack on the network that is speeding up all the staking rewards and block times has been stopped now, or has halted now. So these rewards will be going down, and next week we'll be going back towards the sort of 30-40% Masternode and staking returns. So anyway, we've got just over a week until the coin swap. That will be interesting to see what happens to the price with Syndicate after that. But another good week. Everything's run pretty successfully. The Syndicate wallet has crashed a few times. Everything else has run really stably and successfully. So $184.60. Apologies again for my voice. Ask me any questions in the comments below. But with regard to these coins, I really like ARK in particular, and I really like Decred as well. I like what they're doing with their kind of governance system. So these are coins I probably will maybe start kind of moving into in the next kind of month or so. What I might start doing is taking, say, my Syndicate kind of like rewards each kind of month, and then putting them into kind of like a coin like this, a long-term coin. So anyway, that's my thoughts of my kind of strategy. We will see how things play out over the next few weeks. But I hope you like this update. Give me a thumbs up if you would. That helps other people find the videos. As I said, ask me any questions in the comments below, and hopefully I will see you on the next video. Have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.